Hi, and welcome. Welcome to the Grief School. My name is Sharon Brubaker, and I'm the founder of the Grief School. The Grief School is a private university and the place where healing begins. And if you're here today, it tells me so much about you. It tells me that you're absolutely broken, that your heart is broken. And it could be either from a death, recent, or long ago. It could be from the breakup of a romantic relationship. It could be from a feeling that your heart is just not happy or fulfilling. I don't know what brought you here tonight, but here's what I can tell you. I'm not going to tell you how you feel because you already know. But what I am going to tell you is I know what grief felt like. I remember what it felt like when my loss occurred. And I distinctly remember not having answers, not knowing what to do. And that's why I started the grief school, because I want to change the way that we grieve. And I want to help us with the lie that we've been told. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But first, let me introduce you to my family. I've been married to my amazing husband, Tony, for 40 years this year. We have 3 beautiful children, Jason, Lauren, Brittany. We have 5 grandchildren now, Aiden, Ever, Dakota, Karis, and Callaway. And I remember when I first got married, I would say this all the time to my girlfriends. Nobody ever gave me the book on how to be married. I say this all the time. Hey, where's that book on how you do this marriage thing? And people will say, I never got that. Right, me either. I never got the book on how to be married. And then after I had children, I distinctly remember saying, I didn't get the book on how to be married, and I didn't get the book on raising children. And I would tell people all along, these are 2 of the hardest things you'll ever do. They're the hardest things you'll ever do in life until you become a griever. Because there's no book for that either. We were not given the book on how to grieve until now, my friends. Now is where we step into the absolute grieving. Here's the thing, friends, and I alluded to this earlier. We've been lied to. We've been told to just give it time and that it would go away. Keep busy and it will go away. We've also been told that it will never go away. There are heavy hitters out there right now, well-known names, and they tell you that this will never go away. And if you're anything like me, not only are you mad that you're hearing these things, you're also tired of being strong. You're tired of having to push through, act like everything is okay, when you know deep down inside it's not. I distinctly remember screaming, or the feeling of screaming on the inside, like I was yelling all the time. But nobody was paying attention to me because nobody was hearing it. It was happening to me. I was dying on the inside. People will tell us that grief never ends. They tell us to just hold on. They tell us to be strong. But the thing is, they're wrong. Those things don't work. Time, give it time. I remember when Austin died, which I'm going to share that story in a little bit, going to my doctor, and my doctor telling me to just wait, to just give it time, and that I would start to feel better. Oh, he wrote me a prescription too, by the way. When Austin died was the time that I realized that I didn't know anything about grief. I didn't know anything about grief. I didn't know anything about grief healing. But I knew somebody was coming. I knew somebody was coming to save me. Somebody was going to come along with the information. In my mind, and this is the truth, I felt like it was a social worker or a doctor or a therapist. They were going to come and they were going to have the book on grieving, and I was going to know how to do this based on the book. They never came. They never showed up. And I'm here to tell you, nobody is coming to save you. You've got to do this on your own. You've got to figure it out. And I have cracked the code, and I'm not kidding about that. Time alone does not heal you. Processing your grief heals you. And that's what I teach at the Grief School, how to process the grief, move the grief, and complete the brokenness in your heart so that you can get back to living. My life changed on June 17, 2006. My daughter called me. She was screaming in the phone, "Mom, I lost Austin." When I tell you my knees buckled and I fell to the ground, I collapsed because I absolutely didn't know what I was going to do next. One, she didn't say he was dead. She didn't say he had drowned. She didn't say that. She said, "I lost Austin." But at the tone in her voice, I knew this was not going to end well. I knew it was not going to end well for us. And at the moment that my knees gave out, I feel like my breath left my body. I couldn't breathe, but my brain took over and it told me to be strong. It told me to be strong for her. I just wanted one day to not feel this pain. For the weeks and days that followed, I just wanted one day to have a break from this grief. But the break wasn't coming. One, I didn't know I was a griever. Two, I thought Erica was going to be the griever. That's how naive I was. And I was going after trying to fix her. But I just wanted one day where this pain would just leave me. I couldn't tell people how bad I felt. I couldn't tell them that I was the aunt of a nephew who drowned and I was grieving because they didn't listen. If I started to talk about it, I got told things like, "Well, how's Erica doing? How are the kids doing?" People didn't get it. I didn't get it. If I didn't get it, how could I expect other people to get it? Yet I was given this bad information over and over again. Here's Austin, my friends. Let me introduce you to him. This is Austin. He was 10 years old. And I love, love, love this picture when I see it. Erica and I call these kisses from heaven, which she got a lot of kisses from heaven. She will often tell you, and if you listen to our podcast, Healing Starts with the Heart, she will often tell you that Austin got all the things that year. He got the best. He had the best school picture. This was his last school picture. He got all of his Christmas gifts that year. He got the exact Halloween costume that he wanted. And his crush even liked him back. Oh my God. He had this little crooked smile. Look how cute he is. This is Austin at 18 months. Erica went out of town to Las Vegas and she asked me to babysit him. And we decided that I would try and take him off the pacifier while she was gone. And he had one mission the entire weekend, and that was to keep the pacifier. And I had one mission, and that was to get the pacifier. This photo actually takes place around Sunday evening. I'm absolutely exhausted, didn't know what I was going to do. He thought he was winning. I thought I was winning. But I gave him a sucker, and he completely covers himself in head to toe from sucker. And I stood him up on the kitchen counter, and my husband took this picture. And if you're in any of my classes, I often share about this exact event. It's one of my fondest memories of him. Here's a picture with Austin on the boat. Austin drowned on June 17th, which was Father's Day weekend. This was not that weekend. This is Austin, my nephew Aiden, my grandson Aiden, and Austin's brother Jordan. And they were all having a good time. Aiden was trying to do the hang 10 there. As you can see, this is one of the other stories we often tell. This was right before Austin drowned. He wore the Live Strong bracelets, and you can see that he had them on there. One of the other things we tell is that summer he found a set of puka shells, and he wore those everywhere. The only thing I can think of is that those Live Strong bracelets and those puka shells were stinky as any little boy. What a joy to have around. What a pleasure. I'm so honored that he got to be on the journey with me. Friends, Austin was not my only loss. He's not the only loss that I share. Austin died in 2006. My dad died in 2013, and Donovan, Austin's brother, died in 2015. I had to tell my sister that she had lost another child. And this grief showed up so differently. And then in 2017, my best friend, Sharon, died of glioblastoma. Since then, all of these losses have taken place. I felt exhausted. I was folding in the belief that I could make it through. I was pretending that I was okay. No one, but no one had prepared me for how lonely it was going to be losing Sharon. I didn't know how deep the pain would go. For sure, to this day, Sharon is my deepest emotional loss that I've shared, but Austin is the most traumatic for me. I don't compare them. They were all different. They were all different experiences, and this shows you 100% that we are all grievers. We will all have multiple grieving experiences, and we are designed to go in and come out of grieving. It is not a place to stay. We are not supposed to stay in grief and build a tent. We are not supposed to live there for the rest of our life. When I tell you that grief came knocking at the door, that it moved in, and that it stayed, that's exactly what happened to me here. So let me introduce you to my dad. This is the best dad in the world. Today is July 25th, and this is his birthday. And this picture has controversy. My sister Yolanda and my mom and my dad went out to dinner, and my dad did a cheers, and she took a picture of him. We wanted to put this on the back of the funeral program, but my mother was absolutely against it. But it was such a great picture of him. We sort of outruled her, and we did it anyway. Such a great, great photo of him. This is my dad. Let me tell you about my dad. My dad's name is Tony. My husband's name is Tony. If you came to our house and my dad was meeting you for the first time, he would want to know everything about you. Who you are, who are your parents, where are you from, what was your culture, what kind of food did you eat, could he feed you? He fed everybody. Could he feed you? Could he give you some food? Everybody had to feel comfortable. He didn't care what you did or how you did it. He loved that. But if you told him something really interesting, like you were a brick maker, he wanted to know all about that too. Just the best guy in the world. Absolutely. People met my dad and they felt like they were in the family. This is Donovan. This is my nephew, Donovan. Donovan was also my godson. Donovan was pretty. He was really nice looking. And let me tell you, he knew it. And there were many times that we said that Donovan was in the pretty committee. Absolutely. This year is going to be the 10th year of Donovan's death. Man, 10 years. I can't believe it. That is Donovan's dog, Hondo. One of our cousins took Hondo, and he became Blackjack. And he has a very interesting story. So we got to have Blackjack around for a lot longer, which was absolutely beautiful. Donovan was in the National Guard. And this photo was taken. His parents moved to Texas and bought a farm, and he moved there about a year later. And this photo was taken, this really great photo. He took to Texas like you wouldn't believe. As I said, Donovan was my godson. I have an amazing picture of this where I don't look so stressed, but I couldn't find it. So here's what I put up. I got a kiss from heaven. On Mother's Day that year, 2015, Donovan sent me a text, and we went back and forth, and we got this text that it actually pops up in a memory for me every year that I absolutely love. He was a cool kid. He loved deeply. He really loved deeply. He had a ton of energy. Donovan and Erica were best friends. My sister Erica and her son Donovan, they listened to the same music. They told the same jokes. They were really connected. But on July 2nd, 2015, Donovan was killed in a motorcycle accident. And I had to call Erica and tell her that she had lost another child. And when I tell you this grief showed up differently, it showed up differently. It was deeper. And we had to go back to the drawing board on some of the tools that we use in our program. Friends, this is my girlfriend, Sharon. Sharon and I were best friends for 15 years. I was a real estate agent. I sold her home. We met the first day. We did a lot of research over the phone, talked over the phone. And the very first day we met each other in person, we were instant friends. We were absolute friends. And we never separated from that day. We talked on the phone every day, twice a day, because she had a long commute. She'd call me to and from work. This is a post I put right after Sharon died. My dearest friend, there are minutes when I don't know if I'll ever make it through this. I miss you. I will miss you for the rest of my life. I will forever miss our daily phone calls, your laugh, and most importantly, your advice. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for helping me raise my children. Thank you for loving my husband. And thank you for allowing me to see God through your eyes. Sharon and I talked every single day. We loved each other's kids. We helped each other raise our kids. Not only that, she knew that my husband loved chili, and so she would make him chili all the time, and she would show up for him if he needed me. She was my person. She was also my person when Donovan, Austin, and my dad died. She was the person that showed up for me. I needed a Sharon when Sharon died. I needed a Sharon. So those are my people. I absolutely love them and adore them. Do I still cry? Yes. Do I miss them? And the tears are few and far between. Usually something beautiful is happening. It's the pain is gone. The pain of grief is gone for me. I feel when I look at them, well, first of all, I haven't looked at these pictures in a long time, but I feel honored to have known them and to have them be my people too. That's how it feels. And that's where I want to help you get to. But I found something along the way, along with the brokenness and the feeling of grief. I found healing. And that healing is what I share with you today. I found that we've been lied to all along. Yes, we were never given the book, and yes, we were told a big lie, but there is a way through this path. I was afraid to talk about my people because I didn't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. When I was grieving, I wouldn't talk about Sharon like I am now. I felt guilty even if I laughed. Even if I had a good time, I would feel guilty and I would just back up. When I tell you that I was absolutely broken, I was broken. But I found something, and that is healing. And that's what I'm here to share with you today. And without a doubt, you don't have to stay stuck in this pain. You don't have to stay stuck in this pain. You don't have to carry it alone. This grief was never meant to be carried alone. It was meant to be something that we do in community. These are one of the things that I have found out. Are you thinking like I was? I miss them so much. This physically hurts. I remember thinking that this hurt so bad, I didn't think I'd ever find a way out of it. Grief is not forever. Grief is not forever. The pain of grief can be released. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you told the truth? When was the last time you told the truth about your pain? When was the last time you told the truth about how you felt? When was the last time you told the truth deep down inside about your person? We must tell the truth about grief. One, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. We're not only talking about the grief, we need to talk about the funeral. We need to talk about getting that last phone call. We need to talk about the things that we said to each other. And sometimes in the events and the circumstances, there's grief underneath. We got to find that. Why didn't I open the door? Why didn't I answer the phone? Why did she look at me that way? All of those things that are left unanswered hold grief, my friends. When was the last time you told the truth about your pain? When was the last time someone listened to you? When was the last time someone held your grief? When was the last time someone heard you? When was the last time you told the lie that you were fine? Fine, F-I-N-E, feelings inside never expressed. We have to say what's real in this grief. I'm broken. My body feels broken. I don't know if I can do this. We, as grievers, have to do this. And this is where I begin. This is where I begin with you. I want to help you find your truth. Find your truth about your grief. Find your grief story. What's your grief story? Your grief story is not even finished yet. It's not even written all the way. We need to go into this grief experience and find the grief story. Here's the truth. It lives in your body. Grief lives in your body. It's not just emotional. It is physical. It's intellectual. It's in your blood. It's in your stomach. It's in your heart. It's in your sleepless nights. It will show up in your chest. It will show up in your throat. It shows up in your tears. We have to let ourselves feel this grief. We have to let ourselves feel this pain. Grief demands it. It demands to be felt. After Donovan died, I remember just waking up at nights. I would wake up at nights. My chest would be burning. I really thought something was wrong. I thought something was wrong with me in the way that I grieved. And so I went back to my grief specialist who taught me how to grieve. And we stayed on the phone for well over 2 hours. And he asked me questions for almost 45 minutes. And then he said, "Sweetie, you're not broken. You're grieving. You got it all. You got it all. You just miss him." And I said something here earlier that I have never repeated before, but in the beginning, I wasn't just grieving for Donovan. I know that now. I was deeply grieving for Erica. I was grieving for Erica. I was grieving for Erica and Lewis. I was grieving for Erica losing her second child. I was grieving the fact that this was going to be her life experience. I was grieving it all, my friends. I just didn't know how to let myself feel it all. Grief lives in your body, not just in your thoughts, not just in your heart. It lives in every aspect of your body. And it is your job to get in there and to pull it out. It's our job together. This is where I start. I start here by teaching you this, showing this to you. I show you the grieving experience. Grievers need to talk. They also need to learn how to process the pain. They also need to learn how to go after that pain and get the pain out. I have specific assignments that I teach you for all of those. We teach you how to release the pain, how to release the grief, how to go in there and move it out. That's my job. That's what I do. When I tell you I've cracked the code, I'm telling you I have cracked the code. Today, I want to walk with you through the system that I teach. I teach you that you have to tell the truth. You have to tell the truth in your grief. Number one, I want you to be surrounded with support and people who will listen. Telling the truth is so important. So this is the best example I can give you. I went ahead on my slide. Sorry. This is the best example I can give you. If your person was an alcoholic, you have to tell the truth about that. You have to tell the truth in your heart. You have to tell the truth about the time he yelled and screamed at you. You have to tell the truth about the time you yelled and screamed at him. There are things that are left unsaid in every relationship, and that's what is holding a lot of the grief. But you got to surround yourself with this right support system. Someone who is ready, able, and willing to listen to you so that you can feel heard. I don't want you just dumping your grief anywhere. You've got to feel heard. You've got to be felt listened to with respect, like someone really heard what you had to say. Talking is the first part. Telling the truth is also part of the talking. Then you have to learn how to lean into the pain, how to feel this pain, how to process this pain. This pain hurts more than you can bear. For most of us, that's the way it is. We don't know what to do with this pain. And because we've not been given the book, we don't know what the next step is, right? For most of us, that's how it is. When I lost Austin, I put on a brave face. I wasn't talking about it. Every day I called Erica and I was like, "How are you doing?" Every day I was checking on her. I was 100% holding the grief in because I went to the doctor and he told me to give it time. And I trusted him. And so I came home and I told my husband and my children that we're just supposed to give it time. That doctor even wrote me a prescription. So I put on a brave face. There was nobody going to ask me about how I was doing because they wanted to know about Erica. She was the mother of Austin. So I thought I should do what I always do, and that is be strong. I should be strong. Be strong for Erica, be strong for my family. And I was screaming and dying on the inside. When the doctor said give it time, that it would help, that was a lie. And until I spoke my truth out loud, I could not begin to heal. And once I said, I'm a griever, and I was able to speak that truth and allow those emotions to flow through me, was the first time I felt the shift. And that was almost 9 months in. In the grief intensive weekend, you're going to learn tools. You're going to learn tools to allow you to do this. My goal is to go after the grief that's holding the most pain for you. We're going to learn real tools. We're going to learn how to listen and show up for other grievers that are there. I'm going to look for the areas that you may be stuck. I'm looking for areas that grief is stuck in your body where you can't get it out. I'm going to help you ask yourself the tough questions so that you can do the work. Friends, my job is to just show up as the guide. You got to do the work. You've got to do the much needed work. This weekend is for you. It is to hold your grief so that your grief can be heard, so that you can heal. If you feel like no one is listening to you, this weekend is for you. If you feel stuck in your grief, this weekend is for you. If you feel like you don't know which way to turn, this weekend is for you. Okay. There's 2 ways to go to the weekend. The weekends are going to be in Dallas. I have 3 of them planned this year. They will be held in Dallas. General admission is $9.97. It is 4 days, Thursday night, Friday, all day Saturday, and Sunday. Monday night is a bonus day. We're actually going to be meeting on Zoom for an emotional check-in. You will work in small groups. We start out in the large group. We work down to small groups. You will be taught by myself, Sharon Brubaker, and my sister, Erica. I will also have another counselor in the room, another school counselor in the room. Breakfast will be served every day. We're going to open the room up early so you can come in and we can enjoy our breakfast together. You will have access to Grief Study Hall that's the grief support group that I run, once the weekend is over. We will be there with you. On Thursday night, we come together and we share our grief. Why do I do that? Because people come and they're nervous and they want to tell their story. They want to tell their story about their person. They want to tell their story about what's going on with them. And that's the place you're going to go. You're going to go right in there Thursday night and we're going to open right up. And we will probably all cry, including me. I'm going to show you how to give a proper hug, how to deal with tissue, how to deal with patting, rubbing, how to deal with things that people said to you that are disrespectful. I'm going to do all that on the first night. Friday morning, you come into the room and we get down dirty into the work. Hear me out, friends. This is the title is Forever Change, the Grief Intensive Weekend. Intensive. You notice I didn't say retreat. I'm not going to massage you. I'm not going to rub you. I'm not polishing your nails. We are doing work. We will probably cry. We will hug a lot. But I promise you, when you leave, you're going to feel the full weight of the grief lifting. All right. Whenever possible, I always try to do the VIP experience. And this is the first time I've ever created a VIP experience, but here it is. The Forever Change Grief Intensive VIP experience. I do this because whenever I can afford it, because I think that it always makes the best experience forever. I only have 10 seats for this. For every retreat, I only have 10 seats. The VIP experience, you get access to processing the pain of grief. It is a 4-week course that I created that is self-taught with videos and journals and books and everything. It teaches you how to process grief out of your system. I touch on it in the weekend, but this is the 4-week course. You also get access to Honor Society. Only people who have gone through processing the pain of grief get to be in Honor Society, because I'm going down deep in processing the pain of grief, and I'm teaching, and there we go through it in Honor Society. It is a private support group only for the people who have been through the program. Erica and I will provide lunch every day. So breakfast will be included and you'll have a private lunch. The lunch will be with Erica and or myself. One of us will be in the room. There you'll be able to ask personal questions. You'll be able to talk about your grief. You'll get to ask us questions. And we will have all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll have 3 lunches together. After the weekend, you get a one-on-one with me. You do get the emotional check-in on Monday night, but you'll also get a 1-hour session with me where I can just check in and see how you're doing. Okay. Healing is not only possible, it is waiting for you. Grief serves a purpose. Your grief is trying to get out. It is trying to get out of your body. I promise you, this grief wants out as badly as you want it out. And I'm talking about the pain. This is not about your person. This is not about forgetting. I am not a magician. I cannot beepity boppity boop you and take the memory of your person out. Did you see how I shared my people today? How love was there? I hadn't seen those pictures in a long time, so it really did make me smile. I want you to have that. That's healing. Being able to share stories, talk about them, look at their pictures without breaking down and crying, having your heart full, knowing the important part that they played on your journey here on earth. Friends, this may be your first grieving experience, but I promise you it won't be your last. And the lie that we've been told that we're going to be like this for the rest of our life is I'm done with it. I'm done listening to that because it's not true. So let me ask you this. What are you waiting for? Where are you still carrying grief in your body? Who's holding that grief for you? And where are you sharing it? I'm waiting for you. All you have to do is sign up. And I promise you we will be on the other side. Thank you, friends. There's no longer a need to wait. I'll see you there. When you finish the video, if you click the link, you'll get all the information on the location, the place. It's right outside of DFW Airport. There's a shuttle, so there's no need to rent a car, but all of that information will be in the landing page and in the contract that I send over. Thank you. This recording won't end. The bloopers are going to start.